Okay, hi team, welcome to your Movement Flow video. Today we're going to do a bit more passive stuff, so it'd be better to do this if you're going to do this at the start of your session. I would then make sure you do some activation work after, but best to do after your session before bedtime would be great. So we're going to start off with a wall. We're going to do lots of assisted stuff today. So I really like this position because it allows us to be a bit more supported. So we're just going to put one foot, so my left foot, against that right leg, and you're going to feel this on the outside of the hip. And we're actually going to hold here for a little while, so you have to listen to me talk a bit. But you can start to feel that lower back being pressed in the floor. If this feels quite aggressive, you can pull away from the wall. And if you don't have a wall, you can just grab between and rock back. So this works too. But I really like the wall because it allows us to be able to create that tension without using our upper body, especially if you want to let our central nervous system kind of relax into something, drive that parasympathetic nervous system. If we're pulling all the time, it's not always going to help. So if you can allow your upper body to relax, even better. We're going to hold this for a good kind of 90 seconds. If you can hold it for a bit longer, I would recommend it. And don't be, you should be warm in this position, so put layers on, make sure you're not on a freezing cold floor because you want to be able to open and relax. Like I said, this would be great to do at the end of a session or before bed, or if you're really tight in the hips, before kind of your actual warm-up to really open up that hip. You can, if you want to, just gently push into the knee. You can even, if you wanted to, create some contract relax by driving the knee into your hand, and then relaxing and then driving the knee actively away from you. You'll see what it looks like from the other side in a second. But we're going to keep going to try and feel in this position. I would also test, retest. If you do one side first and then kind of stand up and have a feel of it, does it feel like it helped? So, like I said, if you want to stay a bit longer, you can. Otherwise, you're going to switch, come a bit closer into the foot and through. I'm tighter on this right side. I'm right-footed dominant. And I had a couple right knee injuries, so this hip's quite tight. It's a bit off the floor, so I can back away a bit to make sure my lower back is flat, and we're just going to hang out in this position. I quite like just a little bit of gentle bouncing to start off with, to almost oil or grease into that hip, and then just gently going in. We can, if you've got a breathing routine, then I would highly recommend this is a good time to do it. In and out through the nose, ideally. And if you want to do box breathing, where you do maybe 4 seconds in through the nose, 4-second hold, 4-second out, 4-second hold, or build into that, you can. If you've got like a 6-7 hold, exhale practice. Generally, if we're trying to dampen or push down that central nervous system and try and relax, we want to make those exhales slightly longer, if not a lot longer than the inhales. But you can just put your hands kind of onto your abdomen, where your belly button is, and just feel, am I breathing into the belly? Can I relax my shoulders down? Can I relax my neck? Can I just get into this position, get a little more comfortable? So, like I said, you can hold it a little longer. You can create some contract relax. So, as I did before, you're going to push into your own hand to create an active contract towards you. And then you can let go and you're actively trying to push that knee away. If it doesn't move, it's fine. It's that feeling of pushing and then just relax everything and try and relax the opposite hip. If it opens up a bit, just shimmy that bum a little further in. Just keep going a little longer, feeling that open position. From there, we'll switch to the other leg, but we'll keep that side on. So you're going to put your right foot on the outside of that left knee. You can shimmy the feet slightly to the left and then pull to the right. So I'll show you in a minute on the other side, but you're just twisting, and now we're getting some internal rotation of that hip. If you get any knee pain here, just kind of straighten the leg, bend the leg more. You'll find out where it feels more comfortable for you to relax in. But we're using the weight of the non-working or non-stretched leg to assist in that position. So like I said, I quite like it when you can use some weight or a wall to help so that you can relax. So the whole idea is this open hip here, this left hip here, is kind of being able to push into a passive position. Same thing, if you want to kind of gentle rock, if that feels comfortable, if you want to contract into that knee, I'm driving up into my own foot, into my right leg, and then relaxing it. I feel that's great. I'm quite tight on this side in the internal rotation of this left hip. So just as long as you feel supported, the lower back can be gently And same thing, just play around with it. I'll show you from a slightly different angle. If I shimmy more to the left, I'm going to get more and more of an internal rotation stretch. If I go to the right, it will kind of alleviate that and I'll get a bit more of a twist. So just find the right spot that's for you. Whenever you're doing this kind of stretching, no more than a 6 out of 10, at maximum maybe a 7, but it should start to go down after you've held onto the position for, let's say, 90 seconds to 2 minutes. I'll switch sides now, so you're just going to slowly pull out. Whenever you're coming in and out of these deep stretches, just take your time. You have a little shake around, and then we'll do the other side. I'll try and stay in the same position for you to see. Left foot goes on, right leg shimmies up to the right or away from the body, and then you're going to bend that knee in. I have had a couple knee surgeries, so I do get a bit funny in the knees. If I keep my leg a bit too straight, my kind of MCL, that meniscus or something like that, so I just bend my knee a little more and just try and focus it and get it right onto the hip and try and put that pressure maybe a little higher up so we're getting a bit more in the hip. Like I said, if the lower back comes off a little, that's okay. We're just going to try and relax in this. Same thing. If you've got a breath hold routine or you've got any belly work, you can start doing now. Away from the upper chest, drop everything down, in through the nose, out through the nose, trying to calm down your nervous system, trying to just relax into the stretch a little. So if you don't do any breath work, absolutely fine. Don't worry about the terminology or anything that's complicated. All I want you to think is breathe in and out through the nose if possible. If breathing in and out through the nose is a bit too hard, just do in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then just think, if I'm going to breathe in for 3 seconds, I want to try and breathe out for longer, maybe 5. Ideally have a short pause, but if not, that's fine too. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, we'll do one more breath. Breathe in slowly and even longer on the way out. Good, we're going to slowly come out of there. We're just going to do our last little stretch. This one's a little more active with the upper body. We're going to go across the body. So it's my right leg, I'm going to flick it up. I'm quite tight in my right quad. So for me, I actually use my left leg to kind of hook my right leg. I'm going to grab the outside of that right side. You grab the inside. If that feels more comfortable, you're going to get a bit more of a stretch. For me, the outside feels a bit more comfortable, probably because of that meniscus. But actually, I'll try and challenge myself and grab the inside. From there, if this is a big enough stretch for you, just relax in this position. Head can come down, whatever feels nice. If you want a bit more of a bend, you can lift up. If you're really kind of open, you can kick into the foot and actually get this nice kind of back bend. And we're really working all the way through the fascia, pushing all the way through, across the body and getting all the way up. So you can be a bit more passive and come down. We can be a bit more active now that we should have a little more space at the hip. So same thing, we're just going to take our breath here. It's really nice being face down because you can feel your belly into the floor. If you can't feel your belly expanding, you're probably not belly breathing or breathing lower down into our abdomen. So just feel, can I feel my tummy expand to the floor? Can I feel it decompress? Same thing, we can push up, we can get a nice big active stretch now that we've done some passive stuff. Keep breathing, do a bit more bridging if we want to get a bit more spine involved. Good, we'll come out of there nice and slowly, gently let go, and then we'll switch sides. So other side, grab. Same thing, I'm much more open on this side, so this is much easier for me, so I can come up onto the other a bit more. But we're just going to be nice and open. Breathing, dropping the belly, trying to lift that back knee off the floor, but actively using our hand as a bit of an assist. Trying to keep our shoulder relatively square so we get a bit more of a diagonal stretch across the body. Obviously, like I said, if this is tough, just relax down. Relax the leg, whatever you can do to hold on. But if you can, try and arch and get a little more active. Breathing in and breathing out. good. We're just gonna do a couple more breaths. Like I said, if you're doing this at the end of your day, perfect. If you've been sitting on for a long time, great. If you're about to go and train, so really good still, make sure you start to activate those end ranges, get some lunges in, maybe do one of the other movement videos to try and get that end range nice and active. Otherwise, this is a great position for you to be in. Gently release. I like to just make sure my lower back is nice and open, so just go around the body, keep everything moving. And if you can, I would do just some gentle kind of squats, moving around, see how your hips feel, and get into that range. If this is part of your kind of nighttime routine, perfect. I would then start to just wind down a bit more. If this is after the session, you could just do some gentle flush work, or this could be after your gentle flush work, just to bring your central nervous system back down. Thanks for joining me today. Let me know if you have any questions.